Hi, this is Dan. Finding a different way. Like many people, I've spent a lot of years paying attention to health, energy, and the question that most of us eventually ask, is there a better way to take care of ourselves as we get older? For me, I became more curious. Over the years, I've seen a lot of health trends come and go. Some were interesting, some complicated, and some simply didn't fit real life. What was I really looking for? And I was looking for something simple, something that respected the body's natural ability to heal, but didn't rely on drugs or invasive procedures. And that search, with help of my wife, eventually introduced me to a company called LifeWave. What caught my attention first wasn't the business side, it was the idea behind the technology. LifeWave focuses on non transdermal phototherapy, which means that the patches do not deliver drugs or substances into the body. Instead, they interact with the body using light, reflecting specific wavelengths back to the skin that may help support natural communication with the body. People around the world explore this technology for general wellness reasons, things like energy, sleep quality, recovery, and healthy aging. But something interesting happened along the way with me. As I learned more, I realized that this wasn't just about using products personally. There was also an opportunity to share the education and experiences with others. And, I think sometimes I probably tried to share too much. But LifeWave allows individuals to become independent distributors, which means you can build a small wellness business by helping others discover the same information. And by the way, having a small business is never a thing, never a bad thing. Come tax time, there's some benefits for having a business. And for many people, that's appealing for one simple reason it can fit into real life. Some people share it part time. Some simply introduce it to friends or family who are interested in wellness. Others choose to build a larger business over time. The pace is entirely up to you. So, what I noticed was the community. Around the world, there are people learning together, asking questions, and sharing experiences. Some are brand new, others have been involved for years. And that mix creates an environment where people can grow at their own speed. And the reality is, most people who start don't come from a sales background or a health background. They simply start with curiosity. I've learned words I never heard before. Pluripotent, which means changeable. Uh, I didn't know we had carnosine in our body, or glutathione, which is already there. LifeWave provides training, resources, and education to help people understand the products, the guidelines, and the basics of building a wellness business if they choose to go that way. Looking back, what began as a search for a better approach to wellness turned into something more. It became a different way to think about health, community, and even income, all built around education and personal choice. If someone is curious about a light-based wellness or interested in learning how this kind of model works, the good news is there's no pressure to rush. You simply start where you are, you learn what makes sense to you, and decide what steps should be next. Sometimes the most interesting opportunities begin that way, not as a big plan, but a simple search for a better way. I hope this is interesting for you. If you have any questions, please feel free to get back to me. I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you. Bye bye.